Back with another video here again, guys. This is of a stihl MX180 that is scoring on the piston and the cylinder. At the moment here I just have the exhaust taken off and I have the spark plug out. Now this is with the piston down, so the scoring I'm trying to get to show you here, you see all the lines, the vertical lines straight through the exhaust port. That is of the scoring. Now I'm going to try to get the clearest image of this as well. It is very easy to see this, but trying to get it to pick up on the camera is a little bit tricky. There. Now all of them vertical lines, they're all of minor scoring. This particular saw, it does run, but the issue it has is actually while the engine gets hot, it starts to die in power. Now some people might think that would be straight to carburetor, that is like getting blocked up. No, because when the engine is running with the heat, the pot is going to expand and then you're going to lose compression. Now this pulling it over, it feels okay for compression, not the worst. Like, as I said, it does run, but it's like 15 minutes time, then the engine starts to act up and start die out, and if you keep forcing it to run, it will eventually stop. Of course, the culprit to this one is because you can see most of that is actually on the back side of the cylinder as opposed to being at the front. You can see here there really isn't that much carbon build-up here, so if there was and it was falling back against the piston that way, it would usually score the piston first because of too much oil in the two-stroke mix. But here on the back of it, it's on that side, it's more so because of the heat of actually not having enough oil or a very low quality oil. I'm just going to try to do a simple thumb compression test, if I can get something to mount the phone to. Just a second. So of course I have the spark plug out. I'm just going to put my thumb over it here. Might be better with my finger. Now that would seem like there is good compression, but this engine is completely cold. It hasn't been ran in a few days even, so there's no heat at all to this. That's why it appears there is good compression. It will have good compression until it gets hot, and then it will not pop like it is there now. I am going to be doing a pot and piston change on this. It is going to be Nevada parts going into this. If I can get you there, that is the part numbers here for it. that's the full kit there. Now I am actually doing this repair for a friend, so I owe him a favour. I'm not going to be charging for doing it, but he did provide these parts, and I'm just going to open up. We'll go through what's in there. And this is the new cylinder going to be going into it. Now what I'll try and show you is through this one. You should see what's known as a hatch design. Actually, I shine light out through the bottom. Whoa. Okay, you can kind of pick up the hatch on it here, but as you see, there is obviously no scoring on this, as the vertical lines and that really shiny glare, that is of the aluminium worn away from it. That's why you wouldn't have it on the new one here. Here is the new piston. As you see, guys, this one it takes 2 piston rings. What you'll see in the follow-up video is this particular arrow. Yes, it is a one directional piston. They have to go in as the arrow faces. We will go through that when the full teardown is done. This is the new gudgeon pin to go into it. Here is it. You can just see it there. There's the 2 piston rings there, and of course 2 new clips here to hold in the gudgeon pin. And that's what comes in the kit there. Now all of this here, I'm going to be cleaning all of this off first before we open it up. To speed up the next video, I will have the clutch off it, I will have the starter assembly off it. I see there is just a couple of Torx bolts on these to take them out, and the camera doesn't want to pick them up either. There are Torx bolts there. There is the best image of one there, and yeah, I think that's all I'll be doing before the next video. We'll be just stripping off them few parts, and we'll get down into the more nitty-gritty sides of it then.